Thank you for joining us today. SacramentoGO is the Sacramento Transportation Authority's project to evaluate, propose, and find a source of funding for future transportation improvements throughout the region. The authority is a partnership agency of regional transit, paratransit, Sacramento County, and the cities of Citrus Heights, Elk Grove, Folsom, Galt, Ileton, Rancho Cordova, and Sacramento. The authority administers the half-cent local sales tax that has provided funding for nearly every major Sacramento area transportation improvement project for more than 25 years. Known as Measure A, it was first approved by voters in 1988 and renewed with 75% support in 2004. The promises made by Measure A have been kept by the cities, the county, and the transit agencies charged with carrying out the measure's transportation projects. Sacramento has had a 165-year tradition as a North American crossroad, from the days of the Transcontinental Railroad to the convergence of two of America's most important interstate highways to an efficient system of major boulevards and neighborhood streets. Our transportation system has stimulated the local economy and helped improve the character of our communities. The most important streets are the ones you drive on, to work, to school, or to the grocery store. And Measure A has helped keep a focus on our neighborhood roadways, one of the highest priorities of our local transportation planners. The most critical congestion relief projects delivered by Measure A are visible throughout the region, from Folsom to Elk Grove, from Citrus Heights to Galt. And these are just some of the dozens of projects that have reduced stress on our transportation system. Measure A also has made our streets safer, not only for motorists, but for bicyclists, pedestrians, and our kids. Transit services are essential to many local residents and critical to the environment. Measure A has made it possible for regional transit to maintain and improve bus service, to extend light rail to Folsom and Cosumnes River College, and to make progress on eventual extension to Natomas Town Center and Sacramento International Airport. Measure A is a key funding source for one of the fastest-growing transportation alternatives in the region, paratransit services for older residents and those with disabilities. The long-awaited launch of Sacramento's downtown intermodal terminal was only possible with the help of Measure A funding. Still, the world has changed since voters approved Measure A in 1988 and renewed it a decade ago. It's time to look to the future and possible new ways to pay for needed improvements. That's what SacramentoGO is all about. While Measure A has been very effective in constructing key highway and transit improvements to this point, we still face serious challenges. The bulk of local streets, roads, and bridges in the county were built in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and are wearing out all at the same time. Unless we deal with aging infrastructure now, the cost will be much greater in the future. Professional engineering studies clearly show that without additional revenue, the county and some older cities will never catch up. Neither the state nor federal governments are considering serious proposals to help. Meanwhile, the purchasing power from existing gas tax revenues has gone down 60% since the last state increase in 1990 and federal increase in 1993. As we all know, baby boomers are just now reaching retirement age and will live longer than previous generations. In the next few years, many more will stop driving, but will still need access to doctors, stores, entertainment, and religious activities. The need for a variety of transit services for this increasing population will become huge in the next few years. SacramentoGO is a project to explore options to meet these and other challenges. STA is working closely with its partner agencies to develop a draft plan to address how a new half-cent sales tax could help. The vast majority of funding would be focused on a fix-it-first program, filling potholes and repairing decaying roads and bridges. Local agencies would have flexibility and control over a broad range of new approaches, including what's called complete streets programs that rebuild old, worn-out roads to provide new curbs, gutters, sidewalks, bicycle paths, wider and better roadbeds, high-tech traffic controls, and improved safety features. Regional transit would receive additional funding for such things as express bus and rail services, as well as replacement and rehabilitation of old light rail cars and stations. Paratransit Incorporated would receive added funding for special senior and disabled transit services to address our growing senior population. 3 regional priorities are in the mix also. One is a light rail extension from the Sacramento Valley Station Intermodal Terminal through the Natomas Town Center to Sacramento Airport. Another is completion of that downtown intermodal terminal, a critical center connecting all of light rail lines, intercity and local bus lines, and Amtrak intercity passenger service to the Bay Area and other West Coast cities. The third is the Capital Southeast Connector Road, linking Highway 99 and Interstate 5 near Elk Grove through Rancho Cordova to Highway 50 in Folsom. All of these regionally important facilities currently receive only partial funding from Measure A. A new measure would complete funding for these key projects and deliver them into service to the public many years earlier than is currently possible. It's important for us to hear from you, so please go to our website and let us know what you think. And thank you for investing your time in better understanding the challenges we face in the Sacramento region.